Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to the Diamond District. So today I woke up as I committed to. It was supposed to be at 5, but I woke up around 5. I woke up at 5, hit the snooze alarm a couple times, and really just got out of bed at like 5:40. I just finished a really, really good workout. And honestly, I was listening to this audiobook called Cybernetics. There you go. And it was more so touching upon the power and aspect of visualization. And as I was working out, I put on like one of my favorite rappers who, when I listen to their music, I always really feel good. I always kind of visualize myself in like a very, I don't know how else to say it, but like a very sexy manner. Like real Zoolander type shit. And I was just visualizing myself as that, and I could actually feel my posture change. Obviously my posture's changing because I just did like multiple pull-ups and all these other exercises, but as far as like spiritually though, like I felt more energetic visualizing myself in that manner. I felt more upbeat. I felt more ready for the day, I guess. And this is how I'm going to really start all of my days to the best of my ability. So, what is this, the 2nd of September? I'm going to consistently be doing that. Waking up around 5 or 5 o'clock on the dot, depending on what I need to take care of for the day. And then after that, doing the needed work for me to work out, make sure that my body is aligned with the image of myself that I'm going to be visualizing. And then also taking the time to do visualization practices for about 30 or so minutes a day. Because in order for you to remember, in order for you to really accomplish your goal, you're going to need clarity. And practicing visualization techniques is very helpful because if you don't have a sense of clarity, then this is something that you can work on to help build it. The clearer you are about the way you want to be, the way you want your life to be, the better, because you're able to make better actionable steps. You're able to make better adjustments. You're able to adapt to certain situations better because you have a much more clear and defined understanding of the goal that you want to reach and achieve. So visualization is something that I am going to use to help my self-image. It's not really just for me to live out my financial goals, which is really, really important. But a long time ago, I realized that the most important thing about having a goal is the person you become during the process. Because the person you become during the process is the person who can achieve that goal over and over and over and over again. And truly setting a goal is more so the underlying goal of setting a goal is to become the person who can achieve it. So for me right now, I am more so focused on becoming the person who can make all of the things that I want in life to come true. I don't want to be someone who is full of potential but inconsistent. Pardon me. I want to be someone who doesn't have any potential, more so because I am doing everything that I want to do. So I'm not living in this world of potential. I'm not living in a world of possibility. I'm living in the world of this is my life. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm executing. There really isn't anything more important to me than that. I lived in a life of potential. I've lived it. I've entered every field that I thought to be interesting with this full capacity for potential, with this full capacity for mastery. And I think it doesn't matter what field it is, for the rest of my life, I'm always going to enter whatever I think is cool. And I'm going to be filled with all of the potential of me becoming truly great in that field. But the more important thing is you gotta bypass that sense of I could become this and I could become that. You need to more so focus on, okay, well, what are you doing to do that? What are you doing to be that? And I was doing all of the necessary actions within this 82-day period for me to make a necessary change in my life permanently. But what I truly didn't understand was how deep my self-image was rooted in inconsistency and failure. So even though I was consistently showing up, doing my YouTube videos, consistently showing up, uploading beats, there's something in me that for some reason refuses to hold myself in a positive light. Again, you know, there's so many things that I can do, and there's so many things that I know. However, I keep running into this wall of inconsistency because something in me just wants me to fail to also protect my ego. But I'm completely done with that. I'm completely done with that foolishness. You know, it's just a matter of, it's just fear of rejection at the end of the day, and I'm not really afraid of getting rejected anymore. I'm not afraid of the concept of like, what if this doesn't work out, or what if this doesn't get views, or any of those things. At this point, I'm really doing it because I gave my word. I'm not really attached to any result at this point. You know, it's the fact that I'm consistently showing up. I don't really tell people that I've been uploading YouTube videos. I've just been doing it. And I don't necessarily see the purpose in doing that as of yet. It's at this point I feel like this is more so for me, and I'm hoping that whoever watches any of my content, they get as much help from it as possible, because I know God put me here to change, at the very least myself, to overcome myself. There's a book called Thus Spoke Zarathustra, written by Friedrich Nietzsche, and he has this beautiful quote in it where it says, life is made to overcome itself. So we're always essentially supposed to be elevating and growing and overcoming our limitations. And for me, it's crazy to walk around feeling like you have no limits, but then you somehow keep going back to the starting line. It just doesn't make sense. So right now, this month, I'm going to emphasize all of these new visualization behaviors that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be waking up early, as I stated. And I'm really just going to be more present and showing up and tightening up in all the things that I need to do. And instead of feeling so insecure about my abilities and my skills for architecture school, I'm going to, by waking up early, I get to have blocks of time for me to really work on those skills, so that way I don't feel so insecure. And I just more so focus on doing what I need to do, showing up and doing the work. And I don't know if this video is gonna help anybody, but I know this has certainly helped me. And I truly, truly hope it helps you.